the biggest lies that I used to tell myself that I thought was the truth when I was in the wilderness is that you actually have to be physically in the promised land for you to be considered in the promised land. So, guys, I have notes. You're going to see me looking down because I don't want to ramble and I don't want to miss anything. All right? So, this is a disclaimer. Know your season. Some of y'all are still in a preparation season. You're still in a waiting season. You're still in a pruning season. God is not done with you yet. Okay? This is for the people who feel some sort of internal shift. Okay? You have entered the promised land, and these are the instructions. These are the instructions. It's 4 of them. Okay? The first one is don't worship idols. I'm going to give you some Bible. This is Deuteronomy 7:16 says, and you shall consume all the peoples that the Lord your God will give over to you. Your eyes shall not pity them, neither shall you serve their gods, for they will be a snare to you. Do not worship idols when you enter the promised land. Okay? Now, there's number 2 is pay your tithes, which is Deuteronomy 14:22. And that says, you shall tithe all the field of your seed that comes from the field year by year. Okay? Pay your tithes. Step number 3 for promised land instructions is give to the needy. That is Deuteronomy 15:7-8. If among you one of your brothers shall become poor in any of your towns within your land that the Lord your God is giving you, the promised land, you shall not harden your hearts or shut your hand against your poor brother. Okay? But you shall open your hand to him and lend him sufficient for his need, whatever it may be. All right? The 4th instruction for promised land is eat clean, guys, which is Deuteronomy 14:3. And it says, you shall not eat any abomination. Period. That's it. Which is basically, I think, unclean meats, unclean food, or something like that. In different versions. So I just wanna point this out. I wrote this in 2024, y'all. I wrote this in 2024. Like, this is deep. I was just reading my old journals, just trying to look for something specific, and I found this, right? So I stumbled across this. And I had already felt like I was in the promised land this past December and January. And I would say out loud, I'm like, something is new. Something is shifting. I am already in the promised land. I am no longer in the wilderness. And what's crazy is you think the carnal me would be like, girl, you crazy, because I'm still in my hometown. God told me to move back to my hometown. He told me to give up everything I had and move back to my hometown, which is something I absolutely positively did not want to do. Okay, so I am definitely physically still in a wilderness, but I feel different, guys. It's something spiritually in me that has shifted. And then I prepared this message, and I thought, like, wow, I have rededicated myself to all 4 of these. I'm not worshiping idols, which means I'm not binge watching a whole bunch of TV, aimlessly scrolling on TikTok, because those are idols, guys. Okay? I started paying my tithes. I haven't paid my tithes since 2023 because that's when God called me to quit my job. Okay? And then I'm helping a lot of people. God is requiring me to help so many people around me. It is not going to lie to you. It is like painful, but I know I must do it, and then also I'm eating clean. I am eating clean in my life. Like, I can't even really eat chicken with a bone like that no more. Like, I've been eating seafood and vegetables and fruits and stuff like that, and I don't know, I just feel different. So for somebody out there, you're already in the promised land. Just because you haven't moved yet, just because you ain't got that high-rise apartment, just because you ain't got married, or whatever the case, sis, you are in the promised land spiritually. The promised land is just not a physical place. It is also a spiritual and a mental place. And a lot of the times, God wants to advance us spiritually before he advances us physically. Okay? So you have arrived. Welcome. Now go study Deuteronomy. Okay? Read those verses, because this is your instruction from the Lord, just like he gave the children of Israel.